opportunity to make decisions about the welfare of our children. We ask you to guide our hands tonight, allow us to make those decisions that best benefit them, Lord. We also ask that you would be with our administrators, staff, teachers, be with them and hold them and lift them up as well, Lord. Also for our servicemen and women who continue to protect us overseas and at home, that you would watch out, put a special hedge of protection upon them as well, Lord. Bring them back home safe to their families and friends, Lord. We love you so much, and we ask that you just be with us this day. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Cunningham.
You're most welcome, sir.
Item 28, minutes of previous meeting.
Mr. President,
Mr. Cunningham.
make a motion to approve the minutes as well as the executive session certification as presented.
Have a motion by Mr. Cunningham and a second by Mr. Gaskin. Any comments or discussion regarding minutes? Not seeing any. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. President,
Mr. Cunningham.
I think I was remiss too. I probably should have also included the minutes from our financial meeting as well.
Okay.
I would like to amend my motion if that's possible.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'll second that.
Okay. Amended motion by Mr. Cunningham and a second by Mr. Gaskin. Then again, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 29, personnel. Mr. McKenzie.
Yes, we have a couple of resignations to present this evening to the board for their consideration. Serena Lashbrook resigned as assistant track coach at RJ Basket Middle School, effective immediately. Gina Foltz resigned as a paraprofessional at Mississinewa High School, effective January 19th. We also have the following new hires to recommend this evening. Tasha Alsop to be hired for the Natural Helpers Program at the high school, effective immediately. Tasha's salary will be reimbursed through the United Way Community Involvement Grant. Tia Burbank to be hired as a 5-hour cafeteria position at Mississinewa High School, effective January 15th. We would recommend approval of these personnel items as presented this evening.
Thank you, Mr. McKenzie. What's the board's pleasure?
Mr. President,
Mr. Gaskin.
I make the motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation on personnel as presented.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Gaskin. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Crouch. Any comments or discussion regarding personnel? Not hearing any. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Line item 30, conference request. Mr. McKenzie.
Yes, Mr. President. We have the following conference requests for the board's consideration. Leonard Arbogast, Larry Bryant, and Susan Lopsiger to attend the Indiana Track Conference in Indianapolis on February 2nd at a total cost of $340 to be paid for from the Athletic Fund. Cleet Steckschulte and Kayla Mumal to attend the annual Hasty Conference in Indianapolis on February 14th through the 16th at a total cost of $258 to be paid for from the high school travel account. And so we'd recommend approval of these conference requests as presented.
Thank you, Mr. McKenzie. What's the board's pleasure?
Mr. President,
Mr. Smith.
move to approve the conference request as presented.
Have a motion by Mr. Smith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Crouch. Any comments or discussion regarding the conference request? All right, not hearing any. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Line item 31, facilities report. Mr. McKenzie.
Yes, Mr. Gosser contacted me late this afternoon. He's not feeling well, so that's why he's not here this evening. And so him and I had talked before, I think on Friday. We had talked about the facilities report, and we had nothing at this point in time to report. I will just add that the tech office is about completed, pretty much completed. They were finishing up moving in today, and the next board meeting there's going to be a report by Mr. Fleming and his department on technology, and we thought that might be the day after the meeting to take you down and let you take a quick look-see at the new tech office, so. That's all we have on facilities, so.
Anybody have any questions regarding facilities? All right, we will move on. Line item 32, legislative update. Mr. Cunningham.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President.
Yep.
Just one of the discussion items we had at our last meeting from, I think Mr. Gaskin mentioned it, about Senate Bill 7, and that is a bill which seeks to basically not have school start until after Labor Day, and then end before Memorial Day. So it's one of the bills that ISBA is opposing due to school choice. They feel like that ought to be left up to local school corporations to make the choice. One of the driving forces, I guess, behind that is that they say that in the fiscal outline of that bill that for every day that a school is in session, it's $36 million statewide is spent. And so their belief by shortening that time frame, although I don't, it's still 180 days no matter what. And the bill was just forwarded, I think, to Ways and, the Education Rules Committee on the 16th. So no other activity on the bill. There are a tremendous number of bills from anything from Sunday liquor sales to, so I, with the short session this year, I don't know how much legs it'll have, but I told Spike I'd report on it. And I'll provide you a complete list, try to every, at least, if not every board meeting, every other board meeting of the bills that are moving forward or that have activity, or the bills, so that list will grow once I send you that huge list on education, and it'll grow from there. And also, I don't know if you guys get the emails, but also our ISBA legislative group sends out a update on bills as well, and they do a pretty good job of updating those, but I can send those out as well, put them on the Google Drive if you'd like, so.
I contacted Senator Travis Holtman's office about that given bill to oppose it, and I was told that they had been receiving an inordinate number of calls against, and I was also told that Travis Holtman would be opposing that bill. So good. Your senator is in opposition to that bill. So.
If I might.
At least at the time of last week's call. So.
Well, my thought was that maybe we, as a board, we should have a position on that they could refer to. And I don't know, could we do, I mean, I assume that we're not in favor of it as a school system, is that correct?
Well, and I think just with open discussion and with what Mr. McKenzie did, I don't know if there's really anything else that we need to do or can do, you know, as long as,
at this point, so.
Okay.
And that's all I have, sir.
Great job, Chris.
Thank you, Mr. Cunningham.
You can have that job next year. No, you're going to appreciate it.
Yeah. Well,
Any
I
other
just do it
questions for Chris?
Extra criminal.
Well,
Any other questions for Chris?
yeah, if he doesn't keep making comments about my license and my shoe to everybody, his life's going to be cut short anyway.
Yeah, I told him to ask you the other day, where's your driver's license?
Everywhere
When you
I go,
reach
that's
for your
what I
wallet,
get,
say,
that's what I-
look at your shoe.
Everywhere I go.
All right, we'll move on. Item 33, claims against corporation. Ms.
Yes,
Talbot,
I'm
please.
presenting claims tonight in the amount of $1,170,811.37 for your approval, please.
Okay, when you're ready, I will entertain
So
a
moved.
motion. A motion by Mr. Gaskin. Do we have a
Pay the
second?
bills. This is Townsend.
Second by Mr. Smith. Any comments or discussion regarding claims? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 34, correspondence and other business. Mr. McKenzie.
Our next board meeting is scheduled for Monday, February 5th at 6:30 p.m. in this room, and I can't think of anything else that I have to add. Jilly or Leslie have anything that you want to mention?
No, you just forgot to mention that we would have cookies and some water at the technology grand opening.
I knew you'd carry that ball.
Cookies and
Special
water.
Water?
technology.
Cookies and water. That's almost much as a step up from bread and water, isn't it?
It's sweeter.
No, that's fine, thank you. Anybody from the board have anything else to bring up
Rice cakes.
this evening? Anybody down here? Anything?
Rice cakes.
Hey, don't forget to pass the claims.
Principals have anything? Okay.
All right, I will, oh, go ahead, Spike.
Our enrollment, are we, this transition time, right, between the semester, do we lose, gain, or do you know that official yet? There's nobody here for the room.
We're down
Okay.
about 30.
30?
Yeah.
We got their money now, right?
Yep.
I know, but I'm worried
this
about
year.
next September. That's what I'm worried about.
All right, item 35, entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Kraus, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Smith. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Not seeing too many other people in the crowd. We are adjourned. Thank you.
That's the way to do that.
Well done.
12 minutes.
Okay.
Well, when you have back-to-back,
I think it just went.